Hi, my name is Michelle Holland. I am the author of Culture Inc. Create a business that delivers results and people love. We're going through the steps of the model in Culture Inc. This model helps leaders to create change in their business, and particularly when they want to shift or change their culture overall. It's a pretty simple model, and I just wanted to go through it step by step with you. We're up to step number 4. So step number 4 is where we get busy and plan. There's a quote that says, for every 10 minutes of planning, you save an hour of delivery time. Now, I do believe this, however, I've never been a strict planner myself. I tend to be a more strategic thinker, and I'm a bit of a doer as well. So when I want to go and do something, I just tend to get out there and do it and change it. But I do recommend that you plan as much as you can, even if it's a broad plan of attack, even if it's a scratchy piece of paper with a few notes jotted on it. It actually really helps not just you stay on track, but it actually helps communicate your vision to other people. This is what I've learned about planning through my experience, that I find myself, I don't necessarily need a plan, and when I do develop one, I don't look at it religiously because it's just not my style. But what it does, it actually helps other people come along for the ride, because this way they can see it plotted out for them in front of them and where they're actually headed or where we're headed. So that's a really important part of this planning process. If you're a natural planner, then this part of the process will come easily to you. You'll put down all of the things that you want to be doing. You'll put some time frames around them. You'll put some key people in place who are going to actually manage them. And as the project manager, you'll manage it like a project. And you'll keep people accountable, and you'll stay on track. For culture change, because it is quite a significant undertaking, there's generally a number of smaller projects that sit under this plan. So it's not necessarily a project plan that you're looking for right now. It is a higher level plan, so a program plan is really what you're looking for here, because then you'll deep dive into the smaller elements of the project. Because once you've done your analysis part of the process, you'll actually know particularly what big things you actually need to tackle. And under each of these big things, there might be smaller elements where you need to plot out a project plan for each of those smaller elements. Like, for example, if you look at culture, then you might be needing to put a capability framework and plan in place for your leadership. There might also be a review that needs to happen in your financial systems. There might be a necessity to review your values. There might be a necessity to have a look at how your people systems are functioning. So there's a number of different elements to it, and if you put too much detail in your overall culture plan, it will become cumbersome and there'll be no traction on it. So have a program plan in place, which you as the program manager will keep people accountable for the actions that they will be putting into place. What I found that works quite well is you manage this as a program. So you have a high-level program plan where you keep track and you keep people accountable for their smaller projects under all. And being able to allocate then the different elements to different project managers, particularly in this case, because it's culture change, I would suggest that your program managers need to also be change managers and have that skill set in place to enable the kind of change that needs to happen. If your people don't have the change management skill and they're just managing it as a project, then you're probably not going to leverage the change and the complexity of these changes as much as you could otherwise. So I suggest that you get some good change managers in place, or at the very least skill your people up with change management, which we can help you do that as well. So really short, really, brief about planning. It's an essential part of the process, but don't tie yourself up in knots about it. A program plan is a good plan. A brief plan, a succinct plan is a good plan. So get on there, be succinct, and create your new culture. We'll be back for step number 5 very soon. Thanks.